see how true it is, and we're hiding out with thought crimes, fugitives, identity cards, CCTVs, going down for thought crime, you and me, and we're fleeing to these peripheries as our compass it navigates intuitively. Countries' deserted fields yield unharvested crops as factory wall clocks displaced crowing cocks, and the cuckoo it spit the lyrics of time, and we'll rhyme with it, we'll chime with it, and we'll try and keep time with it. Subvert Greenwich, meantime allow more words than we should in a lyricist's line, distill it down to a fine science, or issue ourselves with this creative license, in time with my interpretive metronome, not the tone drone of machine-built beats engineered on the genome to generate these repeats, not cloned into a mini-me puppet. When the beat stops to flow, we're gonna need to interrupt it in the rhythm of our hearts, syncopated, paradoxical in style, and yet overrated. Weaknesses are strengths and they're recreated with a vision of new landscapes, and we reach out to touch this, can't contain it in our hands. Perhaps our fingertips can brush this. Anticipation, calling forth the levelling tribe for emancipation, rooted global in the local being of this earth. It isn't no local, we're all of the levelling tribe, and we're gonna stand tall. Time to realign, we make a visual sign as we move to a new space and time continuum, and we seize the carpe diem, returning England to the green and pleasant land, before the machine robot stops sabotaging these other lands. With its ever-extending Optimus Prime hands, under the law of supply meets demand, transformers, they're pirates in disguise, and we deconstruct the robotic Iron Man that blocks our view from the skies. With every trade law that is revised, this landscape is resculptured before our eyes, and spiritual light seeps through the bronze skies, dancing side by side as the spirit level realigns us, heavy darkness lifting clouds, and we see what was shrouded, dancing side by side on this old-found leveled land, and the spacious space is spanning all around us, and the spirit's breath, the atmosphere sighs. Now the groaning of these isles are relieved. Does it all sync up naturally, or disintegrate in catastrophe? Can someone show a map to me? Can't plot my own anatomy. We're adjusted to a sick society, no measure of health. Who will rescue me from this pit of stealth? On a spreak from the fire from which I fell until the Buddha belly was crushed by the many bells. Media self-fulfilling prophecy won't make us suffer. Stop believing in crisis, start believing in each other. The love of community is our buffer, getting further than the hope that evades us, than the nuclear family that made us into parts, then trades us into instruments. Then the system played us. On the beach, listening to the birds and what they teach. Caught in the breach, not yet willing to admit defeat, though must retreat from my soul's leaks, so my energy does not deplete. Throw caution to the wind, and I hear it agree. Blow away my cobwebs, my complexity, away my teardrops so that I can see. Publishers will welcome you with gold letters to your name and tell you that books are not to provoke but to entertain. Through my work, the ever-dependent ink stain, my offering, only a grain. My words, they offered me a penny, but when I came to speak, couldn't think of any. They gave it me back. And then I had plenty. It's funny how money can leave you feeling empty. Dictators fall above and below the equator, only replaced by worse that do come later. The state apparatus, their creators of the nation itself. We become debaters of alternatives, the curators. But to the land that lies before us, where the nations tore us, the broken hearts of tribes, yes we are restorers, 'cause the land of the imagination, it has no borders. 100 years before, dates all well foresaw. Minutes of the Berlin conference and we're all appalled. It's 1884, across Africa, Bismarck scrawled. But Berlin makes balls with a tendency to fall. The heavens are getting heavy, they're swirling with the current of the universe. Orbiting whirlwind, roots meet out earth. Out of the heavens see the divine mother's lips unpursed. From within the winds, the clouds disperse. The whispering spirit brings forth a verse. Spiritual warriors, pregnant with the words. Reverbing sound chambers, resonance we heard. Feathers in our hair, heard the hopey words. Vortex, concave, convex, divine nerve endings, somewhat complex. Enter the sound chamber of a beating heart. Feel its effects, all the fractures of space. My own heart let waking up my inner self. Didn't know she slept. See the warrior children of the seventh sun. That unweaving work already begun. Unpicking the web by its tapestry spun. But unruly Britannia, she pricked her finger. Now in her dream consciousness, a repentant mattress singer. Behind every beat, you hear her voice linger. Where the cloud of voice dances now. Getting thinner, the west imposed from without. East, but the children's hearts from within her. With this hard labour, can see through my soul with the searchlight of a laser. Britannia in all of us, in transition, gonna need to phase her, no saving. Heaven's queen as all empires have been laid bare, as all have seen. Our consciousness awakens from yesterday's bad dream. The treasure within us, yeah, it starts to gleam. Waiting as the flags of the nations are torn in two. Across the globe, debris is strewn until the face of the earth is made anew. Pyramids just a house of cards, over it blew. Earth was dead, slowly resuscitating, but she's coming to. Communities reimagine through the lens of monopoly of the use of force, exposes itself, illegitimate cause, no violence, as war begets war, to ascend the temples, flags must be torn, breaking the waters as humankind is reborn. Brave and getting braver, we're winning through with this hard labour. Can see through my soul with the searchlight of a laser. Britannia in all of us, in transition, gonna need to phase her. bodies of Gandhi and Luther King, and the muscles and the sinew they're strengthening as real warriors hold retaliation in, pulling loose the scorpion sting. See, embracing one world then another, an ever wounded, ever passionate lover. Bodies in spasm, like conceding that the universe is orgasm, emerging from the soup of cosmic cytoplasm, an ancient story, its significance unfathomed. Absorbs violence into the torso, creates a porthole. Finite beings encounter the immortal. Put myself in pieces, I come out whole. Restores to me what the system stole. Frees me from capitalism's curse, gives me back my soul. Redefines my pulse, frees me from the burdens that took their toll. Redefine myself and work awaiting gold. And the petals of a lotus start to unfold. Hatching an egg, they break a plaster of Paris mold. Jewel in our center, in our hearts we hold. Bubble at repeal, Pandora's box and seal. Architected membrane burst, it lifts off the mainframe, it's released the corporate curse. This was the beginning of things getting gradually worse. Limited liability laws, unlimited access to the public purse, to the banking bailout. This was a precursor, accountability's eroded, we're falling further and further down the hole. With the grandfather clock, curiouser and curiouser, said Alice, as we remove legal limits to what can be owned in joint stock, taking power responsibility, separating it and sealing it off. Now years later, with bated breath, we wait what for Argentina, Iceland, Ireland and Greece would be the cost. We're all trying to fathom out who really is the boss. Behind the green mask, a fundamental ask for international transactions tax. A global power, our hands lack. If banks and multinationals were fairly taxed, there'd be enough theoretical money to transact for global welfare, perhaps. Or is it all a big international debt trap? We tax the banks, do we fear collapse? Do all politicians need to admit they really feel that? We have built a world far too complex to map. The policies of integrity, yesterday they backed. In the face of apparent complexity, lose confidence to act. If we input the output, what will the system bring back? How our interconnected lives now react. Economists, yes, here, loudspeakers feedback. 9 out of 10 of your predictions prove to be whack. We can get the cord and further trace it back. Those corporate executives, the South Sea Company, in point of fact, called to account in Parliament. Then they were sacked. In the face of complexity can be unwrapped. The face of decay can be unmasked. The externalities do not add to the face of our humanity. They only subtract. We need to end the international banking and corporate hijack. We think the nation-state model, localise and backtrack. Cold War cause, further trace it back. I continue on with my pacifist attack. Subsidies wrapped in the Union Jack with a portfolio of DSO into a sack. Prayed this time it doesn't bounce back. The coalition doll tightly packed. We need to end the arms subsidies hijack. To end the arms subsidies hijack, rethink the tank, localise, backtrack. Take the bandage, further trace it back. Round and round to the trade round of the GATT. And years later round the WTO tables, the corporate executives were sat all putting money into the Tea Party host hat, grinning all the way to the bank with a Cheshire cat. Need to end the international corporate hijack, rethink the WTO, localise and backtrack. The Bubble Act repeal, Pandora's box unsealed. Our protective membrane burst, the lids off the mainframe, it's released the corporate curse. This was the beginning of things getting gradually worse. Limited liability laws, unlimited access to the public purse, to the banking bailout. This was a precursor, accountability eroded, we're falling further and further down the hole. With their grandfather plot, Curacao and Curacao, said Alice, move legal limits, Guillaume Stuart stop, taking power responsibility, separating it and sealing it off. And the whole world waits, with bated breath. What for Argentina, Iceland and Greece would be the cost? We're all trying to fathom out who really is the boss. Been plodding on this path for donkey's years. I put myself up as collateral, now pay you in arrears. Slowly then life moves so fast, it just disappears. It's a stairway to heaven, can't ascend it by careers. Green pastures I pursue as I reclaim my life, and I take it back in loose. Just so thin I was see through, coming out my debut, synced up on cue. I'm moving ahead when before I withdrew. My clumsy moves, yeah they do amuse. Before your A or views, plodded they with donkey hooves. Got nothing to prove, many a bruise. I plod by choice, not by your decree. Can two walk together unless they agree? Don't dig your heels into me. There's an angel in your path you just don't see. She releases the turn as a donkey MC, of bailing them out. I'm an escapee. Find the feral wild donkey within and I set her free. Yeah, there ain't no ties, there ain't no ropes on me. I shake your ass to freedom of your religiosity. I shake the ass to freedom of your religiosity. Shopping spree, no buying or selling, seriously. I smuggled subversion in with me, turning trading tables by degrees. Revolutions of product power, give it up then you see. The camel got the hump with the jerk of the knee. The eye of imagination got him seeing 3D. You saw a needle in the hay and wondered what it can be. Against the odds he found the anarchy with a sensitive ass to Princess and P. Build up Babylon's gates, now we running free, faster than the Grand Prix. Our animal vehicles make a mockery of your empire. T rebel clown army, Leviathan riding on me. Cast fist Trojan donkey in the year of Jubilee. I'm gonna proclaim it until we are free of all the banks. Ursary. Pacifist Trojan donkey in the year of Jubilee. I'm gonna proclaim it until we are free of all the banks. Ursary. structures, yeah, it ain't no plan B with the original hippie. Now you can kick back on occasion, but there's no freeloading in this equation. Yeah, it's pacifist warrior, draft evasion. When I issue my call out, it's for action stations. On a circular track, I need to change my attack from a broken record. Spirals contrast, structured definition of a role. I was miscast in the twists and the turns of the desert pack. I've been around a long time, yeah, you do the math. And it's donkey's years, as a matter of fact. I'm not gonna take action by any half measure. When it comes for revolution, I'll always be a dresser. The wild me, I'm gonna untether. She got the donkey wings, she got the warrior feathers. Pegasus' little sister gonna take to the sky despite the shifting weather. Step up the plod for the next phase of the donkey adventure. Give up plodding, she says never.
The media betrayal. The pacifist warriors are standing in sharp contrast. And our arms are full of flowers to launch our pacifist attack. As we look to our target, we trace it back. In our court, the bankers, they get no reprieve. They'll be called into account and restored to humanity what they have feared. And the depths of the poorest would be relieved, cause the year of Jubilee still has not been achieved. We're angry about what we have been led to believe. To the banking bailout, yes, we've all been naive. So we're on the streets, occupying, raising a shout. To the payback, there should now be a down count. The public now enter assets that are rotten and toxic throughout. We pay before the bottom of the system all falls out. Failing to hold banking executives to adequate account, or separating the nation's life savings of significant amounts from the speculation of these global touts would have been the start. There's no doubt the cost of a perfectly funded moral hazard is one you may want to count. Was that too much detail for Cameron and Brown and Claire to have worried about? Our national teapot was standing tall and stout, and at the Conservatives' premature election Tea Party, they picked us up and then they poured us out. And even as the cuts through the nation in drought, we couldn't leave the bankers of London without their 2 to 4 million bonus amounts. Now they're in their sports cars, driving about. Now Ireland saw a loophole they could not discount, so you addressed a letter with a detail. The agreement's left out. Now the bankers of Ireland can jolly well do without. But in England, oh no, yes, we've always been so much more clever. The government and the bankers are simply birds of a feather. You can't hold the nation to ransom as your debtor just because you and the bankers went to university together. Oh boys, have I got news for you. Part of many a merry activist crew, and in that road that your sports car is passing through, there's an ambush laying waiting for you. Now the system is a carriage designed to protect you against any stock market crashes in your revenue. With a bow and arrow of love the artist drew is coming straight for your windshield, shattering your perspective of view. It's gonna pierce your airbag right through until it gets to your conscience and turns it black and blue. To leave the system at the junction of integrity is what I now recommend you do. Or step away from the vehicle, hands on the head, because the spirit is gonna stop and search you. The pockets of your soul, the divine will be going through. This conviction of spirit that is gonna get you. Not all my pacifist used ammunition, all the flowers that I threw. From polite society, I am now officially a defector. In my book, it's a prize. Bonus balls up. Banking system, volcanic lottery, about to erupt. Now the bank balls are everywhere. Oh, and numbers are up. You put bonds into my birth certificate. Another nation state model. My whole life is a lottery ticket. I'm vastly concluding, yes, I'm in the wrong syndicate. Your national secrets are very well kept. The craziest legal person I do not accept. Just the worst form of identity theft. As I watch you play Russian roulette into bonded work across the board with fragments of our souls were swept. Embracing our true value, yes it has effect. Your game, we can or we will offset. Now the bullied of the world are standing up for their self-respect. And the bullied of the world are standing up for their self-respect.
hurricanes, yes. Climate change, what is hurricanes, yes. Climate change, change tracks, can we crack this Morse code message and translate it to nation states? Anger makes our transmission crackle, crackle, crackle. Can we tackle it? Head on, side and back on. Let's crack on. Create various stances, transmit them on many frequencies, fill the airwaves with our sound waves. Our aspirations only missed on reality's rising tide, and water lapping, it can't cleanse our feet. It's our daughters that harvested our seas, raise this untreated wheat. Curses they're crushed with the freshest feet in tomorrows. Windmills turn lighthouse where we can't go. No, we can't go. In our wildest, 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 wildest dreams. Explode, smashed and dashed, internal fragments, yeah, they're all exposed. Self-trained, we give ourselves an MC's crash course and free fall from platforms and generate a splash force. When global concerns are so fast, you'll do me for speeding. Yeah, your ears won't just be red, they'll be bleeding. Winds like metal, they're malleable. What in water was soluble, but to unthinking ears on the mic, intolerable. As a magnifying glass of detectives, we examine their machines, yeah, we render them defective. Make a meal of Bree's house with Hansel and Gretel, or consume yesterday's structures in the whirlwinds of Tasmanian devils. Footnote, the keynote, what annotate the captions that equate the chemicals with a chain reaction. Bite my tongue and its forks, swallow I shouldn't do and will balk. Cork up the bottle, ferment and explode. Smashed and dashed, internal fragments, yeah, they're all exposed. Time hurls me as fast as a frisbee's repetitive revolution, yeah, winded. I contract my stomach in convulsion, I'm repulsed and vomiting in deserted streets